In this lesson, we're going to be continuing with cleaning up our background and also creating a shadow for our skateboarder. So in our previous lesson, we were able to cut out our skateboarder, and you can see when we turn off our background what we have left. And now we need to do a couple of things. We need to take this shadow and extract it as well. And we're also going to clean up that background so that when we do turn off this layer, then you won't be able to see the skateboarder, because we need to have him apart from that background. But what would be great is if we could use this shadow. And so we'll go ahead and make a selection. Maybe we'll just try and use our quick select and see what we get here. Actually, we need to be on a different layer though. So let's make sure that we have the Reuben layer selected, and we'll make our selection. It looks like we're getting some decent pieces of that shadow. We're going to try and grab some of this right here using our quick select. And then we're going to grab back here. And it looks like we've got a little bit too much, but that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to use this, and we're going to just kind of create a shadow for the skateboarder. So we'll go ahead and just click this little piece right here. It's kind of bothering me. So we're going to refine that edge. We're going to smooth it about 15 pixels or so, and we're going to hit OK. And what we really want is everything about to here, and we're just going to put it behind the skateboard. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and create a new layer. So Control J. And we don't need this little piece right here, so we're going to use our eraser and just click and drag and just kind of get rid of that piece. And we're just going to delete some of the areas of the skateboard that we don't really need, about like that. And so what we have left, we want to all kind of look like the shadow area. So we're just going to use our brush. We want to turn on our transparency, or we want to maintain our transparency. So you can click this little button, and then we want to sample an area. So we're going to hit Alt, and we're going to sample this little area right here. We're going to use our brush. We're going to increase the size a little bit. We want to bring the opacity down to about 36%. And we're just going to paint out the area of that skateboard, because really we just want to have that color about like that. And then we want to kind of fade this bottom area, because we want to maintain the transparency that we have, because there is already a shadow there. We just want a little bit of a fade for this shadow. So we'll go ahead and hide that background, and we're going to turn off the preserve transparency. We're going to get our eraser, but this time we're going to make sure that it's a soft eraser. And for our flow, we'll just bring that down to about 28 or so. And we're just going to just lightly take off that edge. And it will help also if you go ahead and get rid of that wheel. So now we have this nice little fade down here. So whenever you turn that off, so we have our skateboarder and our shadow now. You can go ahead and double click on that layer. We'll call it our shadow. And we'll also double click and call this our skater. And then now we can move to our background. So now we need to get rid of the skater and the shadow on that pole. So this will be kind of tricky. We can start down here. We're going to use our clone stamp tool, and we need to select an area that we can use. So let's go ahead and select this part of the pole. So maybe we need to click this little edge right here. So you can hold Alt and to select where you want to sample from. We'll just move down to right about where that shadow is. I'm going to just start painting across. But we're going to make sure that we have aligned on. That's very important. And I'm letting go just in time because I don't want to, if I were to just take and drag across, it's going to start to repaint what it just saw or what was already there. So I'm just kind of painting across and then letting go and then painting again, just so that I can kind of continue this look all the way across. And now I'm going to grab down here and I'm going to come over here and continue. I just want to make sure I get rid of all that skateboard and continue this pole all the way across. Awesome. So you can see it was starting to pick up the area I did not want, but that's okay. I can just continue and paint across. Then I'm going to come down here and sample this area just to kind of pull this back through. Great. So now I have a pole that goes all the way across. Now all I need to do is get rid of my skateboarder. So I can do a few things here. I can try and use my content select. So I'll try that. I'm going to select my skateboarder, or my content aware fill is what I meant to say. And I'm going to go ahead and try that out. I might not get the results I want, but we'll at least see what we can get. So we'll go to edit and we're going to fill and we're going to do content aware and OK. Now let's deselect and see what we have. Actually, that looks pretty awesome. So I'm going to zoom in, see if there's anything I can touch up. Maybe I'll go over to and grab my healing brush. And maybe I'll use the actual healing brush instead of the spot heal. And so with the healing brush, you can select an area to clone from. So I'm going to select right over here and just kind of get rid of that floating pole. And is there anything, I'm looking to see if anything that really stands out is not quite matching up. But man, that really did a great job. I do need to clean up some of this area down here. So I'll select this little area and then just clone out that, or heal that area using that other sampled area. And I think everything else looks pretty believable. Nothing is really standing out. So that was pretty painless. Looks awesome. So now we have our skateboarder and our shadow. And so just a quick little test. You can just click and just drag our skateboarder across just like that. And that's what that'll look like. Awesome. All right, so now that we have our skateboarder in place and our shadow and our backgrounds all cleaned up, we can go ahead and save this out. And in our next lesson, we'll be using our third clip. So we're going to have 3 clips of these skateboarders and their super high speed, slow-mo illusion. So stick around, and in our next lesson, we'll be cutting out our next skater.